Hello everybody, today is the 3rd of January. Welcome to Voices of British Orthodoxy. I'm of course Rita Lazar. Today we have 3 saints in the book. 4 saints in both of the other 2 sources, but one of the saints that's covered on the Celtic Saints website I would personally say is a bit beyond the scope of this channel, so whilst I will briefly mention her, I won't actually be counting her towards the total. Anyway, our first entry for today is St. Finlugh, also known as Finlugh, and he is from the 6th century. A brother of St. Fintan, St. Finlugh left his native island. He travelled to Scotland, where at his 40 became a disciple of St. Columba of Iona, who we commemorated back on the 9th of June. He later returned to Ireland to serve as abbot of a monastery founded by St. Columba of Iona in County Derry. I'll now bring over the Celtic Saints website. They have the same Troparion, so I will read it after I've read the second entry. Okay, Saint Finlugh of Derry (Finlugh). So this is the group chat entry. A brother of Saint Fintan of Doon. He went to Scotland, where he became one of St. Columba's disciples. Returning to the island, he became an abbot of a monastery in County Londonderry (6th century). Our next entry for today is St. Fintan of Doon, and he is also from the 6th century. St. Fintan was the brother of St. Finlugh, who was the disciple of St. Comgall (10th of May) at Bangor. He is the patron saint of Doon in Ireland, where his holy well still exists. Group chat entry just says St. Fintan of Doon, a disciple of St. Comgall at Bangor in Ireland. He is honoured as the patron saint of Doon in Limerick, where his holy well still exists. (6th century). Right, our final entry, at the very least in the book, is for St. Wenog, and date is unknown. St. Wenog was an early Welsh saint about whom there is no information extant. The group chat entry says St. Wenog, an early saint in Wales, in parts of Wales, the festive of St. Wenog, whose name is found in an ancient calendar, but whose acts are unknown. So we do have a bonus entry in the group chat, so before we, I guess, technically show but don't count St. Guinevere of Paris, I will, of course, acknowledge our final entry for today. Our actual final entry for today is St. Finlugh of Islay, also known as Finlagan, Finlugh, and Finlugh. And he is from the 7th century. He was a contemporary of St. Columba, who was born in 521 AD. St. Columba established an abbey in Tamla near Lofoil in 585 and installed Finlugh as its first abbot. The monk made Scotland his missionary field. Early monastic accounts tell how Finlugh saved the life of Columba when he interposed his body between the saint and a would-be assassin. Right, so, as I mentioned before, Saint Guinevere of Paris is commemorated today. I will make this a bit bigger, and then you can do pausing. You can pause if you want to read about her life. I will not be including her. I'm not really giving you much of a time, am I? I guess for those of you that, and also if you want, you can just use basic Google Translate to get the Troparion and the Kentuckia. These 2 sites don't work anymore. This site almost worked, but my browser wouldn't actually open it. We'll try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At one point, however, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the time she died, King Clovis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I wasn't meant to close that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I have been Rita Laza. I hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless you all, and amen.